who wants to be patient anyways? And is love really patient? Yo, what's up everyone? It's Andrew with Unashamed Encouragement. So thankful that you decided to tune in today. I'm just a guy who loves Jesus, who's been through his fair share of problems and setbacks, and I learned some stuff throughout the way, and now it's my hope to bring you encouragement. So we're going to be jumping into the Love Dare, and we're going to be talking about day 1, which is love is patience. If you don't know what the Love Dare is, check it out. I'll throw it up in the cards. I did a video the other day describing what the Love Dare is, and today we're going to be jumping into day 1. So welcome, and with that said, let's jump right in. So in Ephesians 4:2, it says this: be completely humble and gentle, be patient, bearing with one another in love. So how many of you struggle in this area? Struggle in the area of patience? I mean, I'll be the first one to raise my hand because I know that I do struggle a lot in this area. I mean, we live in such a fast-paced culture that we can get impatient and irritated and frustrated just standing in the grocery line, can't we? Like during checkout where we got our cart, we're kind of looking which lane is less full, and and if we get in a long line and the person in front of us has all this stuff and it's taking long, it's like we start getting mad and upset and all these things because we live in such a fast-paced culture that patience is truly something that we need to develop and work through and be intentional about. Because without it, we're just impatient beings, are we not? Think of all the other areas of our lives as well. You know, we tend to snap at our kids from time to time if they don't learn something right, or if they don't understand it. I mean, I've been doing the whole virtual schooling, and that's been a challenge this year, sitting down with my kids and doing the homework and all of that. That's tough. I mean, that is tough stuff. And at times I just want to be like, don't you get it? Kind of shake them and say, look, it's this easy. Just go through this. I get impatient, but don't we all? And that can carry over into our spouses and our marriage as well, right? If our spouses don't change when we expect them to change, when they're not doing things the way we want them to do things, or there's just issues going on, right? We can get so easily impatient. So in this first chapter, we learn that love is built on 2 foundational pillars. This week, we're going to be talking about the pillar of patience, and then next week, we're going to be talking about kindness. So make sure you check that out as well, and stay tuned for that one. But 2 pillars, patience and kindness. So important to love and maintaining and developing and growing in love with one another, patience and kindness. So I want you to ask yourself today, how are you doing in the area of patience? I mean, be real, right? How have you been in the area of patience? And just comment below. Go in the comment section right now and just say, hey, I've been doing okay. I need some help. I've been doing terrible. Where have you been in that area? If you took a minute just to kind of reflect and look back over the previous week or whatnot and say, hey, how have I been doing in this area? What would come up for you? All right, so take a minute, comment down below. Patience is so cool because when we choose it, when we intentionally choose to be patient, we're responding positively within a negative situation. We're slow to anger. I mean, no one enjoys being around an impatient person, do they? I mean, no. And why is that? Well, it's because impatient overreacts in angry, foolish, and regrettable ways. I mean, it's it's just a bad look, right? I mean, how many times have you kind of overreacted? You weren't patient, and you look back and you're like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have acted like that. Kind of regret it. You regret the way you acted. And patience is that much needed deep breath, right? That reflective mindset to where we don't always need an answer right away. We don't always need to prove ourselves or be right. And we can just sit back, can take a breather, we can reflect, and then we can respond. The thing is, when we live in an impatient state, you see, that gives birth to other emotions, doesn't it? When we're impatient, that leads to frustration, that leads to anger, that leads to annoyance, right? And this it kind of snowball effects. And then, we continue to just build up these emotions, and who usually gets the brunt of that, right? It's our family, it's our spouse, it's our kids. So it starts with this impatient heart, and it just continues to snowball effect until we're kind of leaving this wreckage on others. Instead, when we could have sat back, in that grocery line, when we're getting frustrated and angry because we got to be somewhere, but the line's too long, hey, pause, breathe. When our spouse comes at us and is accusing us, or is doing something that annoys us, or just whatever it may be, pause, breathe, reflect, have patience in those situations. And I know at times that can be hard, and that's why this is a learned skill. This is something that we need to learn to cultivate and develop, on a day-by-day basis. I really had to practice this in my own life because I really struggle in this area. And my relationship, it's been in the dumps at times, and we're still working through things. And at times I can let my emotions, cause this impatient heart. And then I spiral into, bitterness or anger or frustration. And that causes a lot of pain to other people when we act in that way. I'm by no means perfect, but I am getting better, and I am learning what it means to not always having to have an answer, to pause and to reflect. But even yet, I still struggle with, the whole timeline thing. It's like, hey, I want things to look this way, and I want them to look like that now. I want a redeemed and whole and beautiful marriage, and I want that now. I want my kids to do this and that, and I want it now, right? It's like I still struggle with that impatient heart of knowing God is up to something beautiful and good, but yet I want it now, and I struggle waiting on the Lord. I struggle with that impatient heart. And what does that cause? A lot of the times, like we were talking about before, it causes this snowball effect in other areas of life as well. But hey, we're all in this together, and that's what I'm coming out here for, to bring encouragement that no matter where you're at, to start cultivating that attitude and that heart of patience, and allow the Lord to flow through you and give you the strength to operate in that patient sort of mindset. So I have a few questions that I want to read off to you here, okay? How do you respond when your spouse offends you? How do you respond when your spouse offends you? Number 2, do you find that anger is your default position? Or do you clam up and put up walls? Patience says, help me understand, instead of how dare you. Patience doesn't rush to judgment, but seeks to listen. Let me read that and again for you. Patience says, help me understand, instead of how dare you. Patience doesn't rush to judgment, but seeks to listen. Here's one of my favorite quotes from the book, what I just shared, and then also this one. Love helps give your spouse permission to be human. It understands that everyone fails daily. So when they make a mistake, it patiently chooses to give them more time than they deserve to correct it. Patience gives you the amazing ability to hold on during the tough times in your relationship rather than bailing out under pressure. Man, and that hit me so hard, because how many times have I thought, I'm just going to bail out. The pressure's too high. Things aren't working out the way I intended them to work out. I just need to bail. I just need to get out of here and things will be better. Right? I had this heart of impatience. Well, it's not going to work out, so quick, bail, find something else. Patience says, no, hold on. God's working, God's moving. We just need to bask and trust that He is God. He is in control, and He has my interest, your interest in mind. And He's a good, good Father. So my encouragement for you today is if you're been in a tough relationship where it's like, man, you've been wanting to bail, you've been wanting to get out, hold on. Stay steadfast and continue to just walk in patience and follow through with this 40-day love dare and do the work and be encouraged that God has an awesome plan for you as we remain patient, patiently endure in Christ. I just want to quick let you know that I am accepting coaching clients. I'm currently being trained as a professional Christian life coach. So if you're going through a tough relationship, or if you're just looking to improve your relationship, right, and just get to the next level, I'd love to partner with you, come alongside you, walk down that road, and just be there to uplift, be there to challenge, be there to question, and just really start having your mind thinking different ways to propel you to the next level in your relationship. So I'll throw a link down in the description. You can sign up for a free coaching call and we can talk a little bit more there. So I just wanted to quick let you know. So what I've done is I have linked in the description the dare for this week. So make sure you check that out. It also has some questions that you can kind of work through throughout the week so that we can grow in the act of patience. One last thing, down in the description, I do have the Love Dare book link. So if you want to purchase that and go through that, it's got a lot of good meaty content each day. So feel free to check out that link. And then if you were blessed, or if you are blessed at all with this channel, feel free to support it. I also have the link down there for that. All right, y'all. Well, we'll see you next week. So thankful that you tuned in. Love y'all. Peace.